Good morning and welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the end of June, if you can believe it or not, and we are here at Universal Studios Hollywood. We have some brand new updates that we have not seen anything about, and we have some things that I've messed up that I need to admit I've messed up on. You know, let's just start as we always do on Halloween Horror Nights. And here's our look at the Halloween house, which hasn't had much change in the last week. Over in the middle of the land, we actually have a couple new things. First is this Minions Rise of Gru poster. Minions Rise of Gru comes out in just a couple days on July 1st. Over here, this maze. We still don't know what this is going to be, and we have no progress on this maze and no progress on any of the props over here. I do have to note that the well that was over here that we had been looking at for a while that I thought may have gone in the maze, somebody pointed out had gone into the western town, so that's where that is. These props right here in the middle, they look like they're from a maze that was in the Waterworld set a couple years ago. I'm not quite sure if that's what it is or if these are newly constructed for some facade somewhere. I'm not sure. It has been hinted on Twitter that the Blumhouse house is going to be the one in Waterworld. So maybe that's what that is. Not sure. Okay, now let's head to Universal City Walk Hollywood for some updates. And here we are looking at the Toothsome Chocolate Emporium and Savvy Feast Kitchen, where there is no update to give on the outside other than maybe the base of these concrete forms now looks a little darker. I don't know if that's an update, maybe it is. And then the inside doesn't really have any update either. I'm running a little bit late. This is the first day I've not been here in a long time where I am not the first one here at 6 a.m. So I think I'm just gonna head into the park right now. Let's do it. Okay, so we are now officially in the park. It was very, very crowded. This is what the security lines look like. So many people here. And then this is what the lines look like just coming into the park. So it definitely took a while. While I expected to be in the park around 9:05, it's now 9:15, so a little longer than expected. Coming into the park, here's a look at the studio store. If I turn up the exposure, you can see a little bit of blue peeking out. That's where the Nintendo area is going to be. And because it is a very hot day today, it is already 80 degrees at 9 a.m. I think I'm gonna have to do Jurassic World the ride at some point. But before even doing that, I'm next to the animation studio store, and right behind me is Waterworld and the new Blumhouse maze. So let's check that out. And here it is. All that's been revealed about the Blumhouse maze here is that it has a big finale. That's coming from John Murdy on Twitter, who is in charge of Horror Nights out here in Hollywood. Yeah, unfortunately, not much to see here. Even pixel peeping through the walls, there wouldn't be much. So let's head around the park, see what we can see, maybe go on some rides. And coming around the side here, let's check on wait times. We have Forbidden Journey 15 minutes, Flight of the Hippogriff 5, Elevators 20, Studio Tour 5, Secret Life of Pets 5, Despicable Me and Simpsons are 20, Kung Fu Panda 15, Jurassic World is 20, Transformers 10, Revenge of the Mummy is 5. This is 20 minutes after opening. Speaking of being early in the morning, later in the afternoon, Toyota is having an event here at Universal, and it appears as though they've taken over the Universal Central Plaza. You can see some chairs and tables in here. Pets Place is always very empty in the morning because everyone heads to Wizarding World of Harry Potter or to Jurassic World in the lower lot. So I'm gonna start by just checking out the La Llorona maze, which, as far as I can tell, I can't see anything new here. So you definitely would not see this at Disneyland. This is the street of the brand new attraction, Secret Life Pets Off the Leash, the newest attraction in the park right behind me. And I'm the only person walking on these streets? That feels a little weird. Last time I was here, somebody asked for an in-depth look of the water play area here at Super Silly Funland. And this is what it looks like. I'm sure today, already being over 80 and likely reaching 100, it's going to be incredibly popular, and there are going to be a lot of kids in it. So there's just a lot of fun stuff coming out of the ground, some climbing areas, and then right up here at the top, there is a bucket that fills up and drops down, and here's what that looks like. And it's not just the big bucket that drops, it's also this fire bucket back here. It's these small cones that are kind of all around. And there's things that can squirt you, there's things you can play with. There's this giant cone, which I think is from the movie. And then past here we have a playland and the Silly Swirly, which is a spinning ride. Now let's head over to the right a little bit to the former smoking section and check on Super Nintendo World. Now here we are looking at Super Nintendo World, and let's zoom in a little bit more. Looking at the land, I will start with my first I am wrong of this video, which is looking at Bowser's head. The fact that it's not up now means that it's probably not going to be up for a couple weeks, maybe in a couple months. There's not much new on this side that we can see. We're likely going to see more in the Starway. I think some of the newest stuff we're going to see moving forward is going to be the interactive areas popping up, the areas that are still in scaffolding. So that's the top of Bowser's Castle, Peach's Castle, and even some of the area closest to us and the area on the first floor. So we'll head towards the Starway and we'll get a better view from there in a little bit. Leaving Super Nintendo World and heading to the left a little bit to look at the former commissary area where we have no update here. This is still a giant patch of land, while the creative campus over here, this will be our best view looking at it. And as I say every time we leave the former smoking section, say it with me, don't smoke, it kills you. And guess what? Magically here on the Starway. But before even looking at Super Nintendo World, let's look over here at the Faraway Horror Nights maze, where zooming in, we're still waiting on that facade and waiting on an announcement on what this will be. But coming down here, we do know that this is Universal Monsters Legends Collide, and if we've seen anything in the last week, maybe it's just more work on the porch area. Now I know you guys want to see Super Nintendo World, and we have some giant updates for you. So let's start here on the right side outside the warp pipe. Nothing new, that's fine. Moving over here to the left, and right here outside Bowser's Castle, we have coins. How exciting is that? Those coins will be spinning when the land comes. Moving over to the left, nothing new to see on Mount Beanpole, but I hear there's some fun things on this side of the land that we can't quite see yet. But here's your overview of Super Nintendo World. I keep saying Super Nintendo Land. Super Nintendo World. Look forward to getting there hopefully in the first couple months of next year. Now let's head to the lower lot because there's some fun stuff to check out down there. Okay, and we do have one small update left. Can you see it? Can you? Okay, let's zoom in here. Yeah, it's the flagpole. We now have a Mario flagpole on the top of Mount Beanpole. Very exciting stuff. Okay, now let's look right here at the studio store. They put the awning, so maybe they're adding a popcorn and snack location here. Maybe that's what that is. I thought this was all for a Nintendo re-theme, but maybe I was wrong. It was just for the awning. Here's a side look here at this new stand, maybe? Is that what it is? Yeah, it's not even attached to the wall. It's just kind of a booth. Okay, cool. Maybe this is a pre-existing stand from somewhere else in the park, or maybe it was just fabricated for this location. I think it's great. And then they're just covering up the wall here. This is right outside the studio store. Now, like I said, it is a very hot day, so there are a lot of people heading into Jurassic World. I'm going to do a live stream a little later today, so I'll be heading to Jurassic World then. Let's head on Transformers. About halfway between Jurassic World and Transformers, here we can get a slightly better look at the Mario flag at the top of Mount Beanpole. Now, I don't think Mario's going to be grabbing that one. It's a little too high up, but very cool that it was installed. And here we are now between the Mummy show building and Transformers, looking at the warp pipe, which is still covered by tarp. I'm here right now in the single rider line for Transformers, and I got this pass. It's just printed out. It says single rider pass. Present this to a team member prior to boarding for collection. This is valid only for today. I've never seen single rider passes at Transformers before. Interesting.
You guys are my navigators, so if anyone sees trouble...
Security breach, level 2, locked down.
Uh-oh, that's trouble, all right. Watch out! It's Ravage. He's after the Allspark.
So getting off of Transformers, of course, the next logical thing is just to meet whatever Transformers coming out of here. I don't know whether it's Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Megatron, whoever it's going to be. Let's check it out.
Autobots, transform and roll out! I have returned to light our darkest hour. Thank you for the warm welcome. On this day, I've brought back up, weighing in at 1.6 tons, Bumblebee, transform and roll out! Make some noise. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Bumblebee. Hey, how are you? You're good?
I think Bumblebee wishes to be added to your story.
Oh, okay. Good to see you.
Very well, Bumblebee.
Okay.
If this man would like a photograph with us, we Autobots will oblige. Stand with us. On this day, you're an Autobot.
Thank you. See you guys.
Farewell, my friend.
Live long and prosper.
Okay. I just left Optimus Prime, but this is no joke. He just said, "See you next Tuesday," to a guest. I'm not the word, but he said the words verbatim, "See you next Tuesday." That's very, very risky for any theme park character to say. But anyway, I'm right now by Raptor Encounter, so let's just check that out too. I decided to do something I haven't done in a while, which is wait in line to see Blue. And what's fun about Blue being at the base of the Starway, and of course next to Jurassic World the ride, is occasionally, if I can time this right and stall enough, you will see a Jurassic World boat come down. There we go. Perfect timing.
This will be our final photo for now. Thank you for joining us. We encourage you to stick around. Blue is scheduled to be in the park throughout the day. Our Triceratops Juliet is also going to be making several appearances as we study our dives on me. Back. Back. Close those gates, Vetex. Hold.
Okay, so I'm just done meeting Blue, and I have to point out a couple of things. First, you might notice I look a little wet. Turns out there is this rock right here, right by Jurassic World the ride, the drop-off, and even if you duck down behind it, turns out ducking down behind it, you actually get more wet. So I'm a little cooled down now, which is nice. Also, right behind me, I've never noticed this service animal station. So cool that they have this, I love that. And then there's one more thing that I want to point out, and that's right next to the mummy. Okay, so that extra thing to mention is right here next to the lockers for Revenge of the Mummy. And it's right here underneath these two TVs. It's not turned on right now, but this is on a busy day, on a crowded time, a location where you can purchase Universal Express. This was added just a couple weeks ago, and I missed it a couple weeks ago, but very cool that they added it. Okay, and from the lower lot, I'm going to stop filming this right now and go do a live stream, and who knows where we'll end up when I finish the live stream. See you on the other side. Okay, so I just finished up doing a live stream. That was really fun. I ended up going live for about 50 minutes at Jurassic World the ride, met some characters, but we are right here in front of the tip wakeboard, and I want to see what the wait times are right now for 12:05 p.m. The park opened at 9. Oh look, Frankenstein's monster walking by. Forbidden Journey is 85 minutes, Hippogriff is 50, Ollivander's 15, Studio Tour 50, Secret Life Pets Virtual, Despicable Me 30, Simpsons Ride 75, Kung Fu Panda 30, Jurassic World 70, Transformers 60, Revenge of the Mummy is 95, Waterworld has its first show in 10 minutes, and Animal Actors has its first show in an hour and 10. Now, we're going to leave the park right now because there is an update that we are going to look at from the top of the ET parking structure. So let's teleport there now. And hello from the top of an empty ET parking structure. We're right across from the Curious George parking structure. You can see Hogwarts in the background, some planes flying. It's great weather up here, a lot colder than it is in the park. So we have a couple things to look at, starting with, of course, the balloon. Let's just get it over with. So I'll admit that I was wrong here. I thought this was a Nope balloon last time I was here. It is very clearly not that. It is a Minion wearing braces, interestingly enough. Maybe that has to do with the new movie, but hey, I was wrong. I'm wrong sometimes. This is a Minion. In my defense, though, it did look like it could be something else last week. But anyway, yes, this is now a Minions balloon. Very fun. Minions Rise of Gru comes out this weekend. Shameless plug. And peering over the side of the parking structure, let's look at the Western Town, or the Nope backlot. So here we are. Let's zoom in just a little bit. You can see we now have a sign here that says "So Long Cowboy." Moving down a little more, these facades just have been finished a lot more, and this one on the bottom, which it seems to be the slowest one, is really coming together. I don't know what this is in the shape of. I guess it doesn't need to be the shape of anything. It's just a facade. And you can see there are some people working down there. Very exciting stuff. This will be opening hopefully soon. But it's crazy to think that this just started construction this year and it's already finishing up. Wow. Hey, that was really fun. I really enjoyed getting to see the park and check on construction updates and everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.